So, hey guys, Chowser here. So yesterday we got the data mine for the Kisna batch, and just now we got the download. And yeah, we're going to talk about the new 6 Plus of January 2024, which is going to be V2 Kaido. Many expected they'd go with V1 Kaido first for obvious reasons, but they opted to skip him for now, and instead they went with the V2 Quick Kaido. And yeah, first let's just repeat what he did before. He was pretty underwhelming recently, so a 6 Plus makes sense. So Kaido was a driven, powerhouse and quick with a super type. His captain ability was 4.5 times attack for quick, up to 5 times attack if you use the special, 4 times attack for other units, 1.5 times HP. If you take 10,000 damage or more, you launch the special automatically, and this works forever. You can keep launching the special, which is the coolest ability of this unit and saw some good use in the past. Special does increase damage taken 2 times for 1 turn. This was the first one, so they didn't really have the wording figured out, I guess. It's usually not written like that anymore. But this was the first increased damage taken unit in OPTC. And that's a fundamental part of the game nowadays. This 1 million damage to one enemy, and changes all slots character's own type. So yeah, naturally pretty underwhelming now. The only reason Kaido has seen use is because even if it's gone quite a bit of time, there's still not that many units that can do increased damage taken with their specials. But they didn't go through full immunity or anything. The super type, HP is 50% or below, and you reduce the damage resistance and damage reduction by 2 turns. 2 million damage in non-type damage to one enemy, and quick becomes super quick. Let's talk some PvP first, because Kaido has always been relevant in PvP, even if it's a bit less nowadays. Before, it was quick types, HP up level 5, death up level 3, and in the beginning of a battle, Kaido has attack up level 10 and speed up level 10. The special first did a death down in a large range, and then did 2 times damage to that, which is pretty low nowadays. One of the reasons Kaido has been seeing some less uses now is because that just does that good damage anymore. When Kaido released, this was like the strongest special in PvP. He also targeted all enemies for 50% of paralysis. So yeah, let's see what has changed. The art is a big improvement at least. Check the story blurb as well. But yeah, the ink is pretty cool, not gonna lie. And he hasn't changed any classes or color. Captain ability. Now, quick and driven is 5 times attack, up to 5.5 times attack when you use Kaido's special. So that's quite a big improvement, and adding a class, especially driven, is very nice. Other characters get 4.5 times attack, 1.65 times HP. Higher HP is pretty good. If you've taken 10,000 damage or more, you auto-launch the special. So yeah, it's the same as before, just higher numbers, and they added driven. So will be nice with some other little bonus, but yeah, I think it's fine personally. It's all about if the special is good enough, really. And the special now says if there are enemies with increased damage taken when special is launched, you get an increased damage taken conditional 2.5 times for 1 turn. If you don't have increased damage taken, you apply it to all enemies 2.25 times for 1 turn otherwise. And if the enemy is one of those annoying ones that have full immunity, you can still apply increased damage taken by 2 times for 1 turn. This wording is pretty interesting because I just realized this right now, by the way. We have to test this later. But the first part of the text is basically like, okay, apply increased damage taken, and if you already have it, you get the conditional. But yeah, I guess it doesn't work like that, since the conditional is only applied when there are enemies who has increased damage taken. But yeah, basically the way it works, I traveled a bit in my mind there. The way it works is that no matter what, the first special Kaido uses will apply the increased damage taken. And if you can use the special 2 times in one turn, you also get the conditional. So that's obviously very good. After that, you do 1 million damage to all enemies, just like before. Will be nice if it ignored normal attacks only, but yeah, it is what it is. Changes all slots to matching, and Kaido himself gets a 1 orb. So yeah, that's a nice bonus. To explain a bit how Kaido is supposed to work, basically, his special auto launches. If Kaido is captain, you take 10,000 damage or more. So if there is so the main way to get this special used in like content like Super Boss Kizuna is that when you transition from stages, if you have some kind of damage, either that stage 2 has some death damage or stage 3 has some preemptive damage like an HP cut or something, that will get this launched right away. Another possibility is like if there is some kind of poison orbs or poison, something like that applied. Sadly, you can't inflict this damage yourself. That will have been a lot easier. It has to be from the enemy. Another option can be to stall 1 turn, take a hit, reduce the HP to launch it. But usually that's not the best option and it stops working eventually. So that's a bit about how Kaido is going to be used. Super type got a small buff. He reduces threshold and damage reduction by 3 turns now instead of 2. Otherwise it's the same, but yeah, better than nothing. As for PvP, they increased all the numbers by 1, like HP up level 6, death up level 4. They added blow away up level 6, which I personally think is like the worst ability. Blow away just means you have a chance of disrupting the enemy formation. In most cases, like basically all cases, you want the enemies to stick together. And blow away just increases the chance of breaking the enemy formation. So it's not like a deal breaker, but that's a nerf in my book. Feel free to disagree if you want. Otherwise, the biggest buff for Kaido is in his special, which has got a lot better. He now does Step Down level 5, which means even more extra damage. And he also gets more damage for now doing 2.75 times damage. So that's a much meatier number, and I'd say this very much makes Kaido relevant again. He still has the same chance of doing paralysis, but now they also added a 70% chance of strength type special bind for 10 seconds. So that's a really cool bonus they've added to him. So all in all, he might be a staple on the quick driven teams again. So that's pretty dope. And it hasn't got again a EP. But yeah. My initial reaction to Kaido was that he's a pretty good 6+, and I think that's pretty accurate. He can be hard to set up properly, but if you can set him up properly, he's viable in a wide variety of modes. Like take something like Pirate King Adventures. If there's some Pirate King Adventures where you know you get HP cuts, or you know that it's easy to stall. Like each time you stall and take damage, you get increased damage taken through full immunity without using specials. It's so much free damage. So yeah, they did a pretty good job with this Kaido. They kept what made him unique and just made him a lot better at what he does. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.